Yashodanandana Bhajanaranjana Yashodanandana Bhajanaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Vihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Girivaradha Yashodanandana Bhajanaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Vihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Bhajanaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Vihari Jayam Vishnupada Paramahansa Vijakacharya Astuttara Shata Shishimad. His Divine Grace Bhai Charanavinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. ISKCON and BBT Founder Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Srila Prabhupada ji ki. Maha Krishna Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Gaur Paramanande. Our glorious assembly devotees. Our glorious assembly devotees. Our glorious assembly devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Deving Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraet Nasta Presha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Utamashloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki Srinvatan Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridyantastohya Bhadrani Vidunod Suritsatam Krishna Swadam Upagate Dharma Gyananivisaha Kalonasta Dishamesha Puranarko Dunoditaha Maha Krishna Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 25, Verse 6. The descriptions of the characteristics of King Purajana. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. 29. 30. 31. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39. 40. 41. 42. 43. 44. 45. 46. 47. 48. 49. 50. 51. 52. 53. 54. 55. 56. 57. 58. 59. 60. 61. 62. 63. 64. 65. 66. 67. 68. 69. 70. 71. 72. 73. 74. 75. 76. 77. 78. 79. 80. 81. 82. 83. 84. 85. 86. 87. 88. 89. 90. 91. 92. 93. 94. 95. 96. 97. 98. 99. 100. 101. 102. 103. 104. 105. 106. 107. 108. 109. 110. 111. 112. 113. 114. 115. 116. 117. 118. 119. Griheshu Kuttadharmeshu Griheshu Kuttadharmeshu Griheshu Kuttadharmeshu Putradhara Dhanartadihi Putradhara Dhanartadihi Putradhara Dhanartadihi Na Param Vindate Mudho Na Param Vindate Mudho Na Param Vindate Mudho Brahmyam Samsara Vatmasu Brahmyam Samsara Vatmasu Brahmyam Samsara Vatmasu Griheshu Kuttadharmeshu Putradhara Dhanartadihi Na Param Vindate Mudho Brahmyam Samsaravatmasu Griheshu Kuttadharmeshu Putradhara Dhanartadihi Na Param Vindate Mudho Brahmyam Samsaravatmasu Devotees. Griheshu Kuttadharmeshu Putradhara Dhanartadihi Na Param Vindate Mudho Brahmyam Samsaravatmasu Griheshu Kuttadharmeshu Putradhara Dhanartadihi Na Param Vindate Mudho Brahmyam Samsaravatmasu Griheshu Kuttadharmeshu Putradhara Dhanartadihi Na Param Vindate Mudho Brahmyam Samsaravatmasu Griheshu Kuttadharmeshu Putradhara Dhanartadihi Na Param Vindate Mudho Brahmyam Samsaravatmasu Word by word. Griheshu in family life. Kuttadharmeshu in false occupational duties. Putra, sons. Dhara, wife. Dhana, wealth. Artha, the goal of life. Dihi, one who considers. Na, not. Parang, transcendence. Vendate, achieves. Mudhaha, rascal. Brahmyan, wandering. Samsara, of material existence. Vatmasu, on the paths. Translation from Sanskrit to English. Those who are interested only in a so-called dutiful life namely remaining as a householder, entangled by sons and a wife and searching after wealth. Think that such things are life's ultimate goal. Such people simply wander in different types of bodies throughout this material existence without finding out the ultimate goal of life. Okay, let's go repeat together. Those who are interested only in a so-called beautiful life,
those who are interested only in a so-called beautiful life,
namely remaining as a householder, entangled by sons and a wife and searching after wealth,
namely remaining as a householder, entangled by sons and wife and searching after wealth,
think that such things are life's ultimate goal.
think that such things are life's ultimate goal.
Such people simply wander
Such people simply wander
in different types of bodies
different types of bodies
throughout this material existence
throughout this material existence
without finding out the ultimate goal of life.
without finding out the ultimate goal.
Purport. Those who are too much attached to family life, which consists of entanglement with wife, children, wealth, and home, are engaged in kurta dharma, pseudo-duties. Prahlada Maharaj has linked these pseudo-occupational duties to a dark well, under Kupan. Prahlada has purposefully spoken of this dark well because if one falls into this well, he will die. He may cry for help, but no one will hear him or come to rescue him. The words Brahmyam Samsaravatmasu are significant. In Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 19, verse 151, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very clearly explains Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagavan Jiva. All living entities are wandering in different types of bodies throughout different planets, and if in the course of their wanderings they come in contact with the devotee by the direction of the Supreme Person of Godhead, their lives become successful. Even though King Prachinabharahishati was engaged in fruitive activity, the great sage Narada appeared before him. The king was very fortunate to be able to associate with Narada, who enlightened him in spiritual knowledge. It is the duty of all saintly person to follow in the footsteps of Narada Muni and travel all over the world to every country and village, just to instruct illusioned persons about the goal of life and to save them from the entanglement of karma bandha, fruitive activity. Those who are too much attached to family life, which consists of entanglement with wife, children, wealth, and home, are engaged in kurta dharma, pseudo-duties. Prahlada Maharaj has linked these pseudo-occupational duties to a dark well, under Kupan. Prahlada has purposefully spoken of this dark well because if one falls into the well, he will die. He may cry for help, but no one will hear him. Is it the same, yes?
Yes.
What are you doing? No words. Those who are to... Om Gyanati Mirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Militanjana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Staptan Yana Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamiham Dadat Swapadantikan Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirveshesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Rishatayine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripas Sindhubhya Evacha Padidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasad Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Tat Sat Griheshu Kutta Dharmeshu Putra Dhara Dhanartarihi Naparam Vindate Mudho Brahmyan Samsara Vatmasu. Those who are interested only in a so-called dutiful life, namely remaining as a householder entangled by sons and a wife and searching after wealth, think that such things are life's ultimate goal. Such people simply wander in different types of bodies throughout this material existence without finding out the ultimate goal of life. Hare Krishna. Thank you for coming to the Srimad Bhagavatam class. Welcome. I will start with a translation of Srimad Chakravarti Thakur for this verse. One whose intelligence is fixed in sons, wife, wealth, and acquisitions in family life, filled with many obligations and rules, does not enjoy liberation. Foolishly, he wanders the road of repeated birth and death. So we are in the Pratina Barishat pastime, and we will have the allegory of Puranjana, the old man that stay in household and family life. Especially this verse, he summarized this verse. It summarizes the dangers of fruity activities. And this verse describes very well the mentality of our actually society. Everyone in nowadays thinking that the ultimate goal is have a good shop, good house, good car, and all this. Yes, this is the ultimate goal of a material life. But all this is temporary, and send the spiritual soul to cycle of birth and death, the samsara wheel. Yes, the karma bandha. Okay. Yeah, I will start with a question, yes, a quiz test. This is very important. We put a problem, a question, because this gives direction for where we want to go, yes, for our goal. If the vast majority of people in these days are going to need to enter into family life for the sake of protection and security, why is Srimad Bhagavatam so emphatic on the issue of renunciation? The first item to be understood is the position in which the Bhagavatam finds itself in the Vedas. the acharyas like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur divide the Vedas in 3 portions, yes? Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, and Bhakti Kanda, the portion of activity fruitives, karma, when one worship the demigods, make different yagas to conquer wealth, good wife, prestige, property like home and domestic animals, pets, etc., etc., etc. After superior this, we have the Jnana Kanda portion, that major portion is the Upanishads, that we get the metaphysics of the Vedas, spoken especially about Brahman and the Atma, yes, who I am and what is the goal of life. The problem that only with knowledge and Tyaga, Jnana and Vairagya, we cannot know who is God. Yes, the Upanishads falam about the Brahman, but not specify who is this Brahman. And because this, for complete this, we have the last portion, Uttarakanda of the Vedas, that is the Bhakti portion. Who is God? In Bhagavad Gita, that is one of main texts of Bhakti Kanda, the portion of Bhakti, Krishna explains, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matasavam pravartate. I, Krishna, Aham, first person, I am the source of the material worlds and the spiritual worlds. Yes? Krishna declare, I am God, I am source of all. I am the cause of the all cause. So the Bhakti Kanda portion, we have the complete knowledge in the Vedas. Yes, the natural commentary of Vedanta Sutra and Upanishads are in the Bhagavata Purana. So Bhagavata Purana working with renunciation also. Another parts of the Vedas, like the Karma Kanda session, incentive, give incentive to your followers, enter in the material life and teaching how this can do in better way. Okay, so Bhagavata Purana is one of most elevate texts in the Vedas. Yes, is the conclusion of these Vedas, the Siddhanta, because this we have the introduction of Srimad Bhagavatam, the Mangalacharan. This is declared. The Bhagavatam is the summum bonum and the final portion of all knowledge and the ultimate conclusion of the Vedas. Open quote. Completely rejecting all religions' activities which are materially motivated, this Bhagavata Purana propounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those who devotes who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. Okay? When the conditioned souls have attracted for the material things, this is a kind of contamination. Because the essence of the human being is the the consciousness. And the consciousness is a symptom of the spiritual soul. One asks is how the consciousness can take pleasure and happiness from the unconscious things, yes? What gives consciousness for the bodies is the spiritual soul. We can understand that the spiritual soul is attracted by another spiritual souls, and the spiritual soul supreme is God, Vishnu. It's impossible the consciousness feel pleasure in anything in consciousness. Yes, it's like it's a cover, is a avidya or ignorance in the consciousness of the spiritual soul. Srimad Bhagavatam is also being spoken to a very demanding, very sophisticated audience. Another question is, beside of the position, yes, Siddhanta, Bhaktikanda of the Srimad Bhagavatam, for who Shukadeva Goswami are speaking. He spoken to Parikshit Maharaj, that is a Mahabhagavata, is a pure devotee of the Lord, in the family of the Pandavas, yes. And when Parikshit Maharaj was cursed, he go to the Ganges, and this is a very important fact for the universe. It's like the president of the United States go to a river to make fasting and wait to die. This is a fact too much important to the world. Yes, every report, every newspapers go in there. In the same way, Maharaj Parikshit, yes, he is a descendant of Arjuna and Yudhishthira Maharaj. When he decided, after the curse of Shringi, the son of Shamikarish, by the snake, the Takshaka, he go to the Ganges. This is a very controversial about this, if it's Ganges or Yamuna, but I will not comment now. And this was a very, very, very big news for the whole universe, because the great thinkers, the great sages of universe came to stay together with the great soul, Maharaj Parikshit. At that time, all the great minds and thinkers, accompanied by their disciples and sages who could verily sanctify a place of pilgrimage just by their presence, arrived there on the plea of making a pilgrimage journey. This is Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 19, Verse 8. Verse 9. From different parts of the universe there arrived great sages like Atri Muni, Chavana, Sharadvan, Arishtanemi, Bhrigumuni, Vashishta, Parashamuni, Vishwamitra, Angira Muni, Parashurama, Uttatya, Indra Pramada, Idmavahu, Medatiti, Devala, Arishteshena, Bharadwaja, Gautama, Pipalada, Maitreya, Aurva, Kavasha, Kumbhayoni, Dwapayana, Shilavyasadeva, and the great personality of Narada Muni. Yes, this audience is great Mahatmas. It is impossible Shukadeva Goswami speak about the entangled life for these people. These people know the truth and they want to speak about truth for the mount of Shukadeva Goswami in more higher level possible. Okay, I will work now with the question of Dharma, yes? Nitya Dharma and relative Dharma. The Jaiva Dharma means the Dharma, the occupational duty of the jiva, of the jiva. What the spiritual souls do? What is the activity? What is the moral? What is the ethos of the spiritual souls? Today, the ethos, the society prepare the kids for the business, yes, the business things to work and make a lot of money. Yes, this is the human dharma nowadays. But in this book is like the Srimad Bhagavatam of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He tried to make a powerful book in this way. Is the second chapter. The Nitya Dharma of the Jiva finds expression only in his pure state of consciousness and is by nature complete, pure and eternal. The temporary dharmas that assert themselves from the contaminated state of the Jiva are Naimitika Dharma, which we will explain in detail another day. The pure Vaishnava Dharma present in Srimad Bhagavatam is Nitya Dharma. Nitya means eternal. Dharma, occupational. What the Jiva will do, yes, the occupation, the activity real of the Jiva. All the religions of the world may be broadly grouped into three categories: Nitya Dharma, Naimitika Dharma, and Anitya Dharma. Anitya Dharma is the category of the impersonalism, Buddhism, because this is not the occupation of the soul. And the Christianity, what is the category? The category of the Christianity is closer of Nitya Dharma, because the main function is love God, yes, love God, another by another all things, yes, love one another, yes. The message of Bhagavad Gita, of the Bible, is bhakti, but is too very raw, yes, not is so deep in philosophy and concepts, but the main message is bhakti and Bible. A religion that denies the existence of Ishvara, the supreme control, refusing to discuss him, and that does not accept that the soul is eternal, is Anitya Dharma, like the Buddhism, like the Jainism. False Dharma contradictory to eternal Dharma. A religion that believes in the eternality of both the Supreme Controller and Jiva souls, but prescribes mundane, transient methods such as karma, jnana, and yoga for attaining the grace of Ishvara, is Naimitika Dharma. Religions which prescribe pure, unmotivated, eternal devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead on the platform of Prema are Nitya Dharma. Naimitika Dharma is like the ladders, yes, the stages to get Nitya Dharma. Nitya Dharma may be given various names depending on country, race, language, and so on. Yet it is one in essence, excels all mundane preconditions, and is supremely beneficial for the Jiva. The best example of Nitya Dharma is Vaishnavism, which is widely practiced in India. The purest state of which is the spiritual teachings propagated to the entire world by our beloved Sri Sachinandana, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, the pure devotees who step themselves in rasa, the spiritual mellows of transcendental love, embrace the instructions of Sri Chaitanya wholeheartedly. According to Narada Muni, in the 7th canto, Narada Muni explained this to Yudhishthira Maharaj after the Prahlada Lila. Religious principles that obstruct one from following his own religion are called Vidharma. Religious principles introduced by others are called Paradharma. A new type of religion created by one who is falsely proud and who opposes the principles of the Vedas is called Upadharma. And the interpretation by one's jugglery of words is called Chala Dharma. One point interesting is, for us, according to Vedas, what is the eternal religion? What is the eternal culture and the eternal scriptures? The eternal scripture, the eternal culture is the Vedas. The Vedas are there existing in Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga. These scriptures like Quran, Torah, Bible are introduced in Kali Yuga. And with the finish of Kali Yuga, these scriptures disappear also. And what happens after Kali Yuga? Satya Yuga, very well. Yes, like the seasonal, like the seasons, like the body woman. Yes, the circle. And these religions of Kali Yuga disappear, and again, the Vedas is the point. The point is, Vedas is the eternal religion. Yes, came from Goloka Vrindavan, came from directly Lord Vishnu. But in Kali Yuga, because of the proficiency of religiosity, many religions appear. But with the end of Kali Yuga, these different kinds of religion disappear also and start Satya Yuga again, and again only Vedas keeping. This is point interesting, very nice of Bhaktivinoda Thakur about clothes. Babaji Maharaj: Dear sir, my advice is this regard is that one should be dispassionate about one's outer dress. Towards its practice, neither attachment nor hate. When the heart and consciousness become purified from within, the outer garments are also automatically rectified. When too much stress is laid on dress codes and grooming external looks, then disciplining the consciousness within neglected. My opinion is that after inner cleansing, one is naturally inspired to conduct oneself in accordance with the behavior of saintly devotees, and thus one's outward appearance, dress, and so on will be freed from blemishes and the natural course of events. Yes, the external appearance is a reflection of internal appearance. Yes, nothing that are inside of our heart can be too external. Yes, our demonstration external of us is a symptom came from our heart. But in nowadays, yes, we can see the pastime of the Indra that stole the horse of Prithu Maharaj. Have many skulkers, yes, that are pretenders and use clothes only for cheater the mass, yes, the innocent peoples. But the clothes not is important. Important is the attitude and the consciousness. This is the real foundation. Okay, and Jaiva Dharma finished this discussion with just a single solution about Dharma. Still rolling on the ground, Vaishnava Das began to petition the assembly, Today, I am extremely grateful to have received the dust from the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas. By the mercy of my Gurudeva, I have come to know in full that for the Jiva, the dust of the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas is the only means to attain perfection. The dust of the lotus feet of the pure Vaishnava, the sanctified water of his footbath, known as Charanamrita, and the remnants from his prasadam, played now as Adharamrita, are the three transcendental ingredients constituting both the doctor's prescription against bhavaroga, the material disease, as well as the appropriate diet for the patient. Their potency is not merely restricted to curing the material disease of nascence. Even one who has already been cured of the material disease is protected against the reinfection by the further inoculation of the highest spiritual bliss. My dear Vaishnava saints, please do not think that I am making an ostentatious exhibition of my erudition. In fact, recently the demon of false pride has been exorcised from my heart. It's very poetic. I was born into a Brahmana family, studied all the different scriptures, and finally entered the renunciated order of life, sannyasi. My false ego knew no bounds. Nevertheless, since the time I was first attracted to the Vaishnava philosophy, the seed of humility has been planted in my heart. Yes, in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, demonstrate this in your personal life. First time, he is Nimai Pandita, yes, very erudite, very scholarship. But after he go to Gaya and took initiation with Visharapuri, he come back very, very humility. Yes, he take the clothes of Srivas Pandita and louder. He holding the baskets to Vaishnavas. Yes, and show a very, very humility mood. Now, gradually, by our grace, I have discarded the arrogance born of high lineage, the prestige of material education, and the pride that so often accompanies the exalted position of sannyas. Now, therefore, I have concluded that I am simple, shelterless, infinitesimal soul. Yes? Especially in Kali Yuga, because in previous yugas we had real Brahmanas, real Kshatras, real Vaishyas and real Shudras, and they had harmoniosity in society. But Kali Yuga is the age of religiosity. Religion for the Vedas means Varnashram Dharma. But how the religiosity predominant in Kali Yuga, all these varnas become a mess, yes? And the dharma for Kali Yuga is Harinama, 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 Eva, Kivalo, Kalo, Nastiva, 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 Gatira, Nata. In the spiritual platform, with this simple, easy method of chanting holy names, is possible congregation all peoples and purify the whole society. For another methods is very, very difficult in this nowadays. And like as the Mataji Yamuna Kelly emphasizes in her class, the Vaishnava, the pure devote, as the religion object. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagavan Jiva Guru Krishna Prasadi Pai Bhakti Lasa Vidya. The Jiva are loser, lost in the karma bandha, in the samsara chakra, né? Go to the top, go down. The only way to stop, to crash, to destroy this is meeting with a pure devotee. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagavan Jiva. Krishna, satisfied with his jiva, send the guru, and the guru give the siddhi. What is the siddhi? The fate, shraddha. And the devotee have access to Krishna. Guru, Krishna, Prasad Pai. The guru is the mercy of Krishna, and Krishna give the mercy to this soul between of the guru. Another quiz test for you that you like of making many questions. Does the Bhagavatam emphasize only renunciation? In real, yes, because Bhagavatam is know it like Paramahansa Samhita. Bhagavatam don't want cheating nobody. Yes, Bhagavatam bring the true very raw, very directly. But we have a verse. We have two verses. Another verse I not get the Christian arrangement, but we have this verse. Nanubhuya najanati pumam vishaya tikranatan nirvidyate swayantasman natatha binadi paraihi. Material enjoyment is indeed the cause of all unhappiness, but one cannot give it up unless one has personally experienced how much suffering it is. Therefore, one should be allowed to remain in so-called material enjoyment while simultaneously advancing in knowledge to experience the misery of this false material happiness. Then, without help from others, one will find material enjoyment that is full, thus was minds are changed by others, do not become as renounced as those who have personal experience. Yes, this is a little different of generally Bhagavatam recommends. Yes, keeping on the material life and in the enjoy, and after you is completely full of this, you abandon it. Have a good logic on this verse, but one important point is who is spoken this verse? Tenho. Have a verse that is spoken by Narada Muni in this way, but I cannot get it. This is spoken by another person who? The sixth canto, this. Daksha. And Daksha is not is one of 12 Mahajanas. Daksha not is authority in Bhakti Yoga. He is not like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Prahlada, Kapila Deva, etc. Daksha is a great authority in Karmakanda, in Prajapati, in making population. Canto 6, chapter 5, verse 41. But we can, I want to bring it to you, a verse that stay in the middle of this, in very interesting verse. And this verse was spoken for Kumaras. For Kumaras is a great renunciation. Yes, no one to be more that kids because of the dangers of the entangled material world. Nata parataro loke pumsa swarta vyatikrama yad adi anisyasi prevastvan atma swa vyatikramat. There is no stronger obstruction to one's self-interested thinking other subject matters to be more pleasing than one's self-realization. This is very important. Yes, the peoples in nowadays thinking the most important thing is getting this job. The most important thing is my career. Yes, these are not. Like Bhagavad Gita spoken. Yes, many different goals. Yes, the intelligence with many branches. This Krishna is a person. When you put Krishna for second, for third thing, first this Krishna, I go in the temple in the weekend or in the night. I make prayers, and this is enough. Yes, but nowadays I need to work very hard because dependence of me. This is a great illusion. This thing is to me achieve dependence of my effort. This is a great illusion. So the devotees, especially the sadhakas, the devotees with influence of karma and jnana, they have desire, material desire, but they know that the goal, the focus is Krishna. Krishna must be first. But when put Krishna in second, third position, second, third place, and another thing first, this is very dangerous for the spiritual realization. If one knows that Krishna is the goal and make effort, Krishna help these devotees. But yes, thinking if you have a girlfriend or boyfriend, but you put these people for second, third place, yes, the relationship is still very weak. In the same way, Krishna is a person, and Krishna in our heart, like Paramatma, Krishna, he knows how much effort we do for him, for getting him. For human society constantly thinking of how to earn money and apply it for sense gratification brings about the destruction of everyone's interests. When one becomes devoid of knowledge and devotional service, he enters into a species of life like those trees and stones. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 22, Verse 32 and 33. But I get a verse that concludes this and give a good answer and finish the class also. Dharmaste griha medyo varnita papanashana grihasto yena padavin anjasa nyasinam yat. Because the essence of the verse is a realistic vision from the pure souls about the Griheshu Kuta Dharmeshu, yes? That is a dharma, it is a religion, but have your difficulties also. In this verse, give the perfect answer for this. Dharmaste grihamedyo varnita papa nashanaha grihasto yena padavin anjasa nyasinam yat. The process of chanting the holy name of the Lord is so powerful that by this chanting, even householders, grihastas, can very easily gain the ultimate result achieved by persons in their renounced order. Maharaj Yudhishthira have now explained to you that process of religion. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 15, Verse 74. Yes? in your great humble, Yudhishthira Maharaj was feared because his householder, yes, and Narada Muni explained this verse to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Yes, the last verses. And in Harinama Chintamani, Haridas Thakur explained also, does matter if one is grihasta or brahmachari or sannyasi. The point and the focus is chanting the holy name. Chanting holy name is the process, and another thing is like appearance. Yes, is external things, but the focus we need to do, we can put, is the chanting the holy names. Okay, I'm. Finish here. If you have your commentaries. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you for your class. Just now when you were speaking about this last verse that you found, in my mind came, I don't know which verse of the Bhagavad Gita, but it's also in the purport, where Srila Prabhupada explains that actually if we understand that everything is Krishna's, then in the end there's nothing to renounce, because everything anyway belongs to him and nothing to us. Yeah, so that's also like a very nice part of renunciation, that in the end when we really realize that everything is Krishna's energy, there's nothing to renounce.
Yeah, it's good. Bhaktaranyagatapasan Sarvaloka Maheshwaran. Krishna is the owner of all, and Krishna is all things. Just like Paramatma are inside of our bodies. The problem that we see another bodies, especially the opposite body of the body that attracts us, this is very difficult. With jnana, we can thinking that the body is make about bloody and another things that don't have a good smell. But the package, yes. The Maharaj Purushottam ever speak about this. The inside is, but the package, yes. The invoker, this is the problem, yes. Because we are in a material body, we feel attracted by another bodies. But the essence, the key is this, yes. Krishna is all. Krishna are inside in another bodies, and the spiritual soul is part and parcel of Krishna. Yes, everything is Krishna. And automatically we know, I'm eternal servant of Krishna. Jiviraswarupa Krishna Nitya Dasa. Okay? Granta Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Lord Permanently.
Maha Krishna ki Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. We need to know very well the patches, karma, jnana, yoga, because if we are not very good education, good educated, we go to the sometimes we stay enchanted. But because of those instructions from Guru, rejected, or in the
все время будет нашу